G'day, mates, and welcome to episode 1 of Aubrey's I Can't Travel videos. As most people know, traveling is my number one hobby, aside from DIY projects, which I always try to get out of by traveling a lot. So now that our traveling adventures are at a standstill, I thought it would be super fun if we did a video world tour from A to Z for your viewing pleasure and my personal entertainment.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z.
This week's journey, we're gonna go down under to the beautiful Australia. Many people that I know have Australia at the very top of their bucket list. And so in order to keep inspiration alive, I'm going to take you on an educational, immersive video tour of some of Australia's most famous sites, some of their fun terms and slang, and some things you may not have known. So let's get started. Beautiful Australia. Top list is the Great Barrier Reef. It is the world's largest coral reef system, comprised of over 2,900 individual reefs encompassing 344,400 square kilometers.
525,600 meters.
Unfortunately, due to climate change, most recently in 2017, the Great Barrier Reef has had 2/3 of its individual reef systems impacted negatively by coral bleaching. We need to do better. It is the Earth's most amazing natural wonder and the only living organism that can be seen from space. Oh. A must-do for scuba enthusiasts from around the world. Crikey! Beware the box jellyfish! Another iconic site is the stunning Sydney Opera House that sits on Bennelong Point. Construction began in 1959 and took 14 years to complete. Jorn Utzon from Denmark received just £5,000 for his design when he won the National Opera House Design Competition. Wow. Fun fact, Arnold Schwarzenegger, the Governator, won his final Mr. Olympia bodybuilding title in 1980 in that very concert hall.
If you want to do anything worthwhile in life, you've got to be hungry.
Speaking of hungry, what do Australians love to eat? Well, let me tell ya. Number 1 on the most desired cuisines list in Australia is Vegemite. Who knows what Vegemite is? Apparently, it's a dark brown paste made of various vegetables, yeast extract, and spice additives. Tasty. Never, ever, under any circumstances, insult Vegemite in front of an Aussie. It will be the end of you. Mark my words. Another popular treat is called fairy bread. I could be totally down for this one. Basically, it's just white bread slathered in butter with like 1,000 sprinkles. Yummy! A treat for all ages. Oi! What happened to shrimp on the barbie? Apparently, this is one of the most hated things Americans say in Australia. Please, if you're in Australia, just as a word of caution, don't give them another reason to hate you. So what do Australians do for fun, you ask? Footy, of course. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Oi, oi, oi. Australian rules football, or footy as it's more commonly known, is a favorite sports pastime. Looks a bit like basketball combined with rugby on an oval cricket field. Hey, shorty shorts on Australian men works for this girl, especially now. Meow. Want to know something that you thought was Australian that actually isn't? Foster's
beer. Foster's, Australian for beer.
Although we thoroughly enjoy those how to speak Australian Foster's beer commercials, apparently Foster's beer is actually quite unpopular in Australia, as according to my sources, they feel it tastes like kangaroo piss. I personally think the big cans are cool, although since I found Bud Light Orange, it's a no game for Foster's. In any case, Foster's was actually created by two Irish-American brothers who traveled from Melbourne, Australia, from New York in 1886. They began brewing Foster's Lager in 1889 for exportation. Apparently, Foster's is Australia's big joke on the rest of the world as it's almost exclusively exported. And I just found out that as of 2020, the Tokyo-based distribution company Asahi actually owns the brand and probably the brewing secrets to Foster's. Who knew? Now you do. Never fear though, there are many awesome Australian ales, and I heard that Tooheys Old is one of the favorites. If finding out Foster's beer is not authentically Australian got you down, never fear. There are plenty of awesomely Australian things that we're now going to discuss, like Crocodile Dundee, aka Paul Hogan, Hugh Jackman, Chris Hemsworth. Really, no need to say more, but we can't forget the glorious and talented Heath Ledger, God rest his precious soul. A joy to women and men worldwide. I would be stuck on a deserted island with any of these fine Australian fellows and their budgie smugglers, no doubt. I also hear that there's some pretty popular and talented female entertainers from Australia, but enough about them. Sometimes visitors erroneously think that Kiwis are from Australia. Big mistake. Kiwis, the cute little bird pictured here, is actually from New Zealand. Australians actually call New Zealanders Kiwis, also pictured here. In America, the good old US of A, we actually call this fuzzy little fruit a kiwi. Isn't English fun, kids? Be sure to stay in online school. Some totally familiar animals that are actually from Australia are the kangaroo. They carry their little babies in their pouches and they're called joeys. Koalas also have pouches and call their baby joeys as well. Apparently, any baby that's carried in a pouch is called a joey. We also can't forget that the only two mammals in the whole world that lay eggs are from Australia, Perry the platypus and the echidna, which is also known as a spiny anteater. Oi! Where's my wallaby? Oh, there she is. Good girl. For a completely entertaining adventure into modern life in Australia, I highly recommend the Netflix show Kath and Kim. Go ahead and add it to your queue. Although these two ladies have a couple of kangaroos loose in the top paddock, it is funny, funny, funny. Well, folks, it's time for us to wrap up our Australian adventure for this week. Next week, we're going to be visiting a country that starts with the letter B. Be sure to like, share, and comment below so that I know what country you want to visit next so I can get to work. Also, first person to give me a comment gets a $25 Outback Steakhouse gift card.
This bloomified menu starts at $13.99.
For your use in delivery or pickup orders only, or maybe in a few months, you could actually go and enjoy some time there. So remember, people, if you actually get to go to Australia, you are strong and you survived the Rona. So be sure to go ahead and jump out of that plane. Skydiving is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. She'll all be apples soon. Bye for now. Mwah.